this.
I'm not going.
My PlayStation already at your house.
Like, this ain't gonna change, baby. In my mind, I was like, I did everything. You know, I had the exam. I did everything right. So how
did not work out?
Yeah. So that's what broke me.
But at the same time, not everybody is ready. Like
that's too.
You know what I'm saying? And what if she says no?
I mean, personally,
you know what I'm saying? Like, what if she says? What if she says no, and she still wants to be with you, but she's just like, I'm not ready. I mean, do you respect it, or do you get upset? You know? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Edgyverse podcast here. I got two of my good boys here. I got my boy Alex here. You can say hi, Alex.
Yo. What's up with it?
Got my boy Jeremy here too as well.
What's up, y'all? Brother Jay here.
We are here for part 2 of Ready or Not Marriage. Part 2 is going to be the men version. Got my guys here. We're going to have a couple conversations about just different things when it comes to marriage and if we're ready and if we're not. So I'm going to ask you guys this a couple of times throughout the podcast, and it's going to be ready or not marriage. Are you ready or are you not? What do you think?
I think I'm there.
You think you're finally there?
I think I'm there. I think I'm ready.
What about you, Jeremy?
I mean, I'm there too. It's like, I don't want to dive headfirst into anything.
Right.
So it's like, for me to take time to actually reflect and actually, look at what I'm doing. I'm like, yeah, I can do this. I'm ready for marriage. Like, seeing how my parents did it and seeing, I'm not trying to, replicate what they got.
Yeah, I understand that.
But it's like, man,
you feel like you have like the blueprint?
Yeah,
a little bit.
It's like
that type of thing.
Yeah.
So you think like you done chasing the field, playing the field?
Yeah, like
shit getting old, ain't it?
Super old. I'm like, put me on the injured list, bro.
Yeah.
Somebody tag me in. So
yeah, like I'm good on the bench, bro. Like,
I feel like as we get older, and I mean, it's always been said. I don't know if mom or dad or uncle or somebody who was in your life at some point in time would tell you as you get older, you start getting a little wiser. Right?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
We had our fun, right? We had our fun early. And I always regret. And I always do regret, like when I see some of my friends like that got coupled up, got married early, and they still with them, and I always congratulate them on that. They stayed when they have to deal with BS, baby mama drama, or broken homes and stuff like that. So I always give them super respect on that. Not that we can't have all that great stuff too, still to this day, but I'm like, dang, it kind of sucks. The dating pool nowadays is kind of crazy, man.
Bro.
Trust issues.
It's all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, you can't nobody trust nobody because of what the past happened.
Exactly.
The past is keeping everybody locked up, man. And it's tough.
Or what people say about you. Like,
it's the
like why can't I be happy?
Yeah,
why can I be happy? Why can I go talk to this girl and be good to her and she be good to me and y'all be happy for me?
And y'all be
happy. What I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, y'all see me doing well. Y'all see me doing good. Y'all see me posting. Y'all see me doing good, but it's always got to be somebody that got hate.
Even just to point out on that, like, me and my lady in relationship, I put it out there. I got hate, you know what I'm saying?
I saw it.
I got a little bit of hate, man.
Hey, dude, I saw you posting. I was happy for you, bro.
Yeah,
like, I got a lot of love. I ain't gonna lie. Let me get it. I got a lot of love. But then it was some stuff out there. It was like, man, y'all just hating because I'm in love. And I'm showing it.
Let me be happy.
Let me be happy, bro.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with me being happy. I ain't bothering you at all.
But it just be them people that's bitter.
Because it's like,
I can't control that.
Be people that be bitter.
Social media pretty much amplified that shit. Like, 100 times. Like, social media is a gift and a curse. Don't get me wrong. I love social media. Social media is cool. Like, it helped us connect. It helped us, push forward, move forward. But it also, man, it crippled us a lot.
Oh yeah, we talked about that a lot yesterday, 2 days ago.
Yeah,
on the part 1 we did. I said that I feel like social media put a damper on it because now, man, like in today's society, do y'all remember when we were younger? I would even say, remember before we had the cell phones and the texting, we was calling from our houses, doing two-way, three-way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When we had to have a little game or something just to get somebody's attention, but we wanted to talk to them.
Yeah.
We wanted to talk. We couldn't wait till we got home to talk to him on the phone.
phone.
You know what I'm saying? And then it'd be like your mama pick up the phone. Get off the
phone. Mama, you could just came in the room and told me that. You know, like, hey, I'm getting this close to getting her. You know what I'm saying?
It's so easier now today just to pick up your phone and text somebody, hi, bye. And to be honest with you, man, I'm opposite. I'd rather you call me. I want to have the conversation because I want to know what I can have a conversation. If I'm just texting you all day and I decide to take you out on a date or something like that, and then we can't have nothing to talk about because guess what we done? We done text everything already from what you doing? How's your day? Now we don't have anything to talk about, right?
Nothing at all.
It's so much harder now to, I guess, build that in a relationship. So that's why the title is Ready or Not Marriage. Do you think you're ready? Do you honestly think you are? And it's fine to say if you're not.
Of course.
You know, like me, I say I'm ready. I say I'm ready for to be with somebody and to build up to something and finally like take that leap. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm cautious still.
Because it's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard. It's different. You know what I'm saying? You're taking a different step. So you know what I'm saying? Like things that you used to do as a kid, that and even right now, those things is gonna slow down because marriage is different. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you're doing as a boyfriend, girlfriend, some of that slows down because marriage is a different step.
Real shit.
You're bringing God into this and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to take different steps to this to move forward and to both of y'all growing to be ready for it. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
I know y'all ready for it.
like,
and to be honest, that lady has to be ready too. Just not you. That lady got to be ready.
But the thing, the other thing that we got to talk about and address is when we say are we ready? You know what I'm saying? Are we ready to make that step to get the help and get the healing that we need from our past relationships?
Exactly.
Because it's stupid to go into a relationship when we ain't even fixed ourselves and to bring our trauma, bring all that stuff in,
that baggage,
and then
man.
we throw that other person off because we still hurt, we still dealing with stuff, we still working.
I've been guilty of such.
I feel like we have to be good ourselves before we want to take that step to marriage. And that's the same thing. I think it goes to both sides. Women too as well. They got to be ready, you know, as well, because nobody wants to be forced or seem like they're forced into a relationship or anything like that. Because that shit don't work.
It don't work.
Of course.
It definitely don't work. So my question for you, I'm going to ask you, Jeremy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Compromise. Do you think that you could actually compromise? Have you learned that, you know? Because I would say, I'm not even gonna lie, me, and I didn't even notice this about myself sometimes, you know? I couldn't compromise in a relationship, you know? If I wanted it one way or the other. I wanted one way or if it's got to be my way, you know?
Yeah.
I might disagree with you, you might disagree with me, but I'm not about to compromise and be like, no, you're right, I'm about to do it your way. I'm going to do it my way because it's just me.
No, that's real.
You know? And as we got older, I learned, bro, shit.
It's not you.
It's not about just me. It's about me listening to them, listening to their feelings as well, and, you know, working shit out, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm asking you, have you learned that yourself?
Personally, I feel like I have, from a perspective of not just relationship wise. Like, you got to compromise in almost everything in your life. You know, even with your job, with your with hell, you go to the grocery store, you got to compromise with people. You know, so it's like in a relationship. Like, one thing, my parents been married for this year made it 38 years. They've been together for 44 years. So one thing that I looked at is how they compromised. Like, my dad,
44 years?
44 years.
Hey,
Like,
straight up hand clapped it out.
like my older brother's 45. Like, and yeah, they've been together since they were 19, 20 years old. Man, they're both 64. They both like they in it.
Yeah.
You know?
So what did you learn? What did you learn from seeing all this? Because you grew up with them being married and being in a
like
two
parent
household.
Yeah.
You know,
that's the thing. Like, looking at it, and even to this day, you know, they still have their, you know, we gonna do this. We gonna do. Oh, bet. Okay, cool. Shake hands. You know, like, and they'll break up. Sometimes,
God,
shit.
damn.
And
Don't worry about it. Keep going.
Sorry, but sometimes that's the other thing. Sometimes, like, they still have their, debates where I got to be a mediator. Sometimes it's like, okay, like, give them compromise, but it's like one of those things I've learned, and the other thing that goes with compromise is patience. And
Patience is
throughout the
definitely
years,
something.
man, I am one of the most patient people in the world. Patience is a virtue, and I am one of the most patient people in the world, bro. So for me to be patient enough to not only listen to your plight, but also be like, okay, so we can do this. Like, everything is a compromise. People want to call, marriage as a business, which quote unquote it is, but in a business, what you gotta do? Compromise. So, of course, I'm going to compromise with my spouse. The person not only is the mother of my children, but this is my spouse. This is the person I'm going to be with for the rest of my life. So, of course, I'm going to have to compromise.
Yeah.
So I believe I'm not only fully prepared to compromise, but I'm like, hey, here's what I got, and I'm actually excited to hear what you got. To bring to the table. Like, what can we get to mix this up?
Yeah,
What can we make
definitely.
to build this up? I got the wood. Oh, you got the hammer? Bet. I'll get the nails. Oh, bet. You're like, you good with measuring. Bet. We can do that. It takes structure to build.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
of course.
Definitely.
Yeah,
It's
so
something
of
that you have to
course.
learn.
Yeah, so, and that's why I give my parents a lot of credit, because they had structure. So they built it to the point to where they retired together
Yeah.
at the same damn time. So it's like, now they're just, hell, son,
Living life.
we take care of our grandkids, like
That's
they,
beautiful.
they own the land,
44
so
years. That's
yeah,
perfect.
that's a lot.
Very dope.
What
yeah.
about you,
I'm gonna
Alex?
say compromising, man. It all starts with listening, bro.
Yeah.
It all starts with listening. You're not listening to each other, you're not gonna get nowhere.
Nowhere. I feel the
You know,
same way.
Like the relationships that want to sit there and hear to respond, that's where it breaks up, because you're not listening to me. If you always want to respond to something, I'm not even halfway through my first sentence. You're not hearing me. You're not even trying to hear anything that I'm saying. You're not listening at all. And I feel like that's what compromising is really about. It's like, you got to hear my side, I got to hear your side.
Exactly.
We're gonna come together and we're gonna figure it out. And sometimes we might not even come to a solution.
Agreement right then and there.
Yeah,
And honestly, that is fine. That is fine. I might not agree with you today, because we might be in the thick of it in an argument.
Exactly.
You feeling some type of way, I'm feeling some type of way. But let's not leave it. We can step away from it if it's, getting too much. Like, you know what? Let's take a break.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it tomorrow, or we can finish it here in a minute. But I want you to be able to hear my side of it. And then I am so fine with hearing your side.
Exactly.
And then you giving me some intellect on what you mean by your side.
Yeah.
And I can be like, you know what? Damn.
I heard you.
Real.
I can understand that. I can understand why you feeling that way.
Mm-hmm.
And then it could possibly be the same thing. You know what? You're right. I didn't even see that to be seen your way, in a situation. It's all about just,
It's perspective.
I always hear they say compromise, and listening and being there for each other and dealing with the bad times and the good times. You got to be prepared to want to do that when you're talking about marriage, because it's a big step,
Exactly.
It is. I don't think people nowadays understand the big step of marriage.
That's
it's become just something to do. You know what I'm saying? Something to do. And I don't know if you guys have watched any of the episodes on my podcast just yet.
Yeah.
But there's one, I think it was episode 2, was based off of faith, right? And the guy who's on here, one of my good friends, his name is Travis. He's actually a pastor at a church. And what he told me was he had been married before, before his current marriage that he has now. And he told me, he said, Josh, my first marriage failed. I think it failed because I didn't have God in it. I didn't have it. I didn't have church. I didn't go to church. I didn't have any type of he was into my life at all. So I was dealing with the bad. He said he was dealing with some of the bad stuff that was just that he did, normal things, his behaviors and stuff like that he had to grow out of, and he told me once he found you know, God or went to church or
Brought him into his life. Period.
exactly, you
know what
know,
I'm saying?
things started working out. Things were positive, you know. I can't remember exactly what scripture that he read that said it always caught his attention. Or so I can't remember, but he said it always caught his attention. He always went back and read it, you know, over and over again. And that's what led him to being a pastor eventually or whatever. But he said once he had like got God in his life, that things changed for the better for him in the relationship and everything. And his new wife that he has now, things are so great.
Great.
You know?
Yeah.
And I don't know how long they've been together. They've been together for a very long time.
And I think the older you get and the closer that you get to finding somebody that you want to be married with, I think you certainly start seeking out God more.
Yeah,
Because I'm
you
not
do.
gonna lie, the closer I got with my lady, I find myself, I work nights, right?
Yeah.
I find myself putting on, instead of listening to music, I'm putting the audio Bible on and I'm just listening to Matthew or something like that.
Yeah.
I find myself trying to get closer to God. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's
Because
right.
know that I'm
I think
about
as
to
we
take the
get,
step.
I think as we get older as adults and stuff, you know, I think we just kind of fall into that. It might not be us just going to church every Sunday or anything like that, but somehow, like
We're finding the time.
Yeah.
I tell you, I tell people this all the time, man, and it just happens randomly, man. That when I tell people that, I tell them like I feel like I'm highly favored for just simple things that happen. You
Yeah,
know, like
yeah.
I feel like I was super blessed to get the house. I feel like I was super blessed to get the car. I feel like I was super blessed to have some of the friends that I have around. Some people give me
course.
some information, or people that just come up to me. I meet people all the time, y'all, and somehow it always leads back to something with the Bible or something with somebody who is strongly with it. And I felt like I was running from it for a very long time.
Okay.
I feel you on that.
You know what
bro.
I'm saying? I was running from it for a
Feel you
very
on
long
that.
time.
A lot of
It just,
people-
I mean, it just comes randomly, man. There's an old man. I know we're off topic a little bit right now. There's There's an old man who comes to my job all the time, and he knows me by name, and he's always talking scripture. He's always doing like the Lord's work. I feel because I think he's like 93, and he goes and volunteers to the homeless, to the prisons, to everything. Goes, I mean, to the hospital and prays for people all the time. And I don't know, man. This is the fifth person, man, that I've met that has some type of ties to scriptures or the Bible or a pastor or something. And they always telling me that they always tell me that I'm highly favored and like you just don't know like what he wants to do for you and everything. So one thing that led me to podcasting, guys, is that because I always like having conversations with my friends.
It's always been like
Yeah,
that. It's
yeah,
always been
yeah.
like that.
Always,
I
right?
always-
Since I
always
first
been
met
like
you.
that.
I always like having conversations. So that's one reason I think that's what led me to this, you know, just to hear people's stories and
Yeah.
have these great conversations. Now to get back on topic on Ready or Not Marriage.
Right,
my
right,
bad.
yeah.
My
No,
bad.
no,
that was my
that-
TED
that-
talk.
that-
Anytime we
adds
talk
to it.
about
Yeah,
the Lord, Jesus Christ, Lord, man, we can take a little break. You know
No,
what
trust
I'm
me,
saying?
that adds to it, bro. Like,
Yeah.
because personally, you know me. I'm not big on religion and everything else like that. That's how I was when
And
I
I'm
was.
not either.
Yeah.
I'm really not.
That's how I was when I was growing up. But that doesn't mean I don't believe in a higher power because a higher power
Right,
does
right,
exist.
definitely.
Because if you look at various religions, practices, anything, there's always a central God. So it's like with me, it's more, man, if I'm compromising to the point to where I want to see how you are spiritually, just like how you see how I am spiritually, respect you enough to even, read scriptures or you push it, like,
honestly-
even for ourselves.
Honestly,
you know?
that's a good point. You know, I've never been a person that like went to church all the time, but I do respect like women that go to church.
Of course.
I do, and if
course.
it's a part of your life, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, my
That's-
mom
yeah,
was in there
that's
every
great.
Sunday almost. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's great. I appreciate that, but that just lets me know that we have something to talk about too.
Of course.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Conversation
I
ain't
can
just
learn something
hi,
from you.
bye, how you doing, what you
course.
doing, that type of thing. We can actually talk about something. We can actually go out, and that's what I mean by building. Like I'm not interested in talking to somebody just for the fun of it. You know, I'm
You
not
gotta
trying.
have something going.
Yeah,
it's not even about having something
I'm saying,
going.
but like you can't be like
I'm
you
not
gotta be doing something for yourself to like out and about
Yeah.
to bring me conversation.
Yeah. Of course,
I can't have a
yeah.
woman
Yes.
that's just out there
I
want
wanna
to be
be
around
interested.
me 24/7 and now you done been with me all day. I can't even ask you about your day or what you got going
Yeah.
on.
You up under me.
You know what I'm saying? And that comes with but like I need you to be able to live your life so I can learn you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Go
that
have
makes sense.
You see what
fun.
I'm saying?
That makes sense. That
You
makes
see,
a
you
lot
see what
of
I'm
sense.
saying? Live your
Yeah.
life so I can learn you. I can ask about you and see if I'm ready or not to be married with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can't be married with somebody that's always just want to be with me and doing what I want to do.
Right. And I don't want to just be like, I'm trying to get married to everybody. It's just,
Yeah.
I feel like
Gotta know your person.
we gotta
Yeah.
learn. We gotta learn
We
each
gotta
other.
learn each other. It's
you know?
human nature. You know?
I got to see if you be able to deal with me when I'm at my baddest time.
Straight up.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's
and
real.
you gotta want to know if I can deal with you at your baddest time. If you going through something, if I'm a
Exactly.
run or if you gonna run or something like that. Those are important to me.
Yeah.
You know, and thinking and talking about that situation of possibly getting married or talking to somebody and hopefully we're dating to be married or
Yeah.
dating to be with each other for a long time, you know. And I'm not saying everybody has to get married. It could just be that person that you want to be with for the rest of your life.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Marriage is not the be all end all for
Yeah.
everybody. You know,
It's not.
some people just want
To be with that
mate.
significant other. Yeah.
yeah, just a partner.
You know?
Mhm. They just want somebody with them.
Yeah, like in Oklahoma, you have common law marriage. Some people, if you on the lease,
You're funny.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it 100.
Hey,
Yeah.
bank
Been through
accounts
that
joined,
situation.
common
That's what I'm
law.
saying.
I've
you
been
on
through
the
that
lease-
situation, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you can't kick either one out. Y'all been here too long.
Yeah.
I got
Been here
you
too
got
long.
clothes here, I got
Now
clothes
you
here.
married.
Listen, like, and to be honest, that's why I said I wanted to touch on that. What you just said about like, I think women get a difference between us running and us needing time to come back to that conversation, like you said.
Exactly.
Because this is the thing.
know what I'm saying?
This is the thing I never like, and I used to always run from it, and I used to never like talk about it. I never liked when I never like when females get loud. You know what I'm saying?
I used to be that guy, and I learned, and I
Yeah.
was like, now I hate it because I was like, I used to be this person.
Yeah, you would get loud
I get
when
loud,
you get in an argument
just
and
trying to
stuff.
make a point.
But me personally, I don't like getting loud. I don't like you getting loud with me.
Exactly.
Because I don't need you trying to be a man yourself to like overwhelm me. Because I'm not gonna do that to you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I want to be at this level talking at all time.
Right.
If we get to the point where we're yelling at each other, we need to take a step back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
take a
exactly.
break and then come back and try to talk as adults and stuff so we can get each other's points across.
Let me go walk
You
down
know
the
what I mean?
street.
Yeah.
come back.
Exactly.
This
And
is-
let,
Let me
me
go walk down the street and
and
come
let
back.
and let me walk or you walk out
Yeah.
and come
Yeah.
back. But let's not walk and like I'll be gone for 2 days or 3 days or something like that, or you be gone.
Nobody
like that.
asking
Let's
for
not
that.
do that.
What
Yeah,
it-
you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
like-
and I feel like women, when we say, give me a little time to go down the street and come back or something like that, let me go to the car and go to 7-Eleven and I come back, we can finish the conversation.
Yeah.
Because right now, it looks like we're not listening to each other.
Or we
You know
trying
what
to
I'm
get the
saying?
last word.
The crazy part
it's
is-
a right or wrong right
Yeah.
now. And relationships don't grow when it's always a right or wrong.
Exactly.
Exactly.
If you trying to be like, you was wrong. Why does it got to be that way?
Yeah.
Because now in my head, I'm thinking like I can give you a
Oh,
point, the
damn.
reason why I wasn't wrong.
I was wrong.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I hear you know what I'm saying?
One
So-
thing I give my parents a lot of credit for is like we've had moments like that. What did Neo say? You know, I don't want to go to bed mad at you. You know, mad at me.
He pulled one out his bag right there.
They really on that. Like I'm not going. Like my dad will not close his eyes until he solves what's going on between him and mama. Like
But that's years of being together, though.
yeah, that too. And
That's-
it's crazy, but the thing about it is I've seen it when I was a kid, through high school, through my 20s, through my 30s, you know? So it's, and another thing is what my dad would do, which is funny as hell, he'd come up, pull out a joint and be like, okay, here's our, timeout. After they sit back and chill and puff up a little bit, they're like, okay, you ready to talk? I'm ready to talk. Then they'll talk. And then
And I do think marijuana
Some people-
has helped some relationships. I do
Think
think
so?
marijuana. I do think. I do
Hey,
think
man.
it depends on who the person is. though.
Exactly.
Weed
I
is
would say that
universal.
too.
It depends
Yeah.
on. That's why I think
I
some
mean, me
relationships.
personally, I don't smoke at all.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
probably wouldn't help. You probably
Yeah.
wouldn't like to talk
Yeah.
to your partner while
I probably
while
wouldn't
she
be able
hot.
to.
You know
I'd
what I'm
probably
saying?
be-
exactly.
I'd probably be
you
too
know,
knocked out. Be like, you know what?
We was go.
Because I mean, everybody got their own vices.
Right,
like
right.
everything is about perspective. So with them, they were just like, that's the thing that will calm us down.
Yeah.
Right.
To the point to where, oh, okay, we good. And they'll sit back and talk about it, and then
be able
they'll
to hear
chill
each other.
out, and then afterwards they're like, you good? You good? Okay. And then they'll find me and be like, let's cuss him out. You ready to cuss him out? They're like, yeah, let's have some fun. They're like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So it's more of going back to compromise.
Yeah.
And now, like, another thing that I've learned throughout the is perspective.
Perspective.
People need perspective.
Yeah.
Like, this is, look at what I'm,
Before we dab into that right there, I wanted to go over a few of these things in here.
No.
Yeah, come on. let's go.
On here and just get you guys' opinion on it, to see if you agree with it, you disagree, or whatnot. Okay,
What's up?
So it's just a couple. I won't run through them all, but it's just a few of them. It's
I ain't got nothing to do, bro. Let's get it.
Yeah, I'm here. We chilling.
So it says, do you agree with this? Men often struggle to commit because of issues to do with their past relationships, including relationship with their parents, fears of being rejected, and committing to one person, and how they view relationships in general. And that's kind of what we talked about when we talk about like our past relationships where we had trauma and stuff like that. But also it could be like generational.
Personally, I agree.
From like you were born into a 2-parent home, so
Yeah.
you got to see somebody love on your mom the right way.
Yeah.
Some people don't.
Yeah.
Some people lived with a mom their whole life. They didn't have their dad. I'm one of those. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's real.
I was around women my whole life, man. Growing up, I was around women, and what they say is you need to see a man treat your mom right.
Of course.
definitely.
Or you want to see your dad treat your mom right.
Yeah,
Of
definitely.
course.
Because then you learn how to do it.
I learned a lot.
Everybody
from my
needs
pops.
example.
I learned a lot from my pops.
You see what I'm saying? So I learned a lot from like my uncles. And
Yeah,
stuff.
that's right.
Or like people who I would call like my second parents,
definitely.
father figures and stuff like that. I learned a lot from that.
Yeah.
But I think that plays a part in it.
Definitely,
Oh,
it
of
definitely
course.
plays a
You know,
part.
of course.
Separation issues.
It definitely plays a part.
Not never having a man, so I ain't never learned how to be a man because I ain't never had a
Exactly.
man in my life.
If nobody taught you something, how am I supposed to know how to do it?
Exactly.
Yeah. When you're a kid, you're visual. Everything is sight. So it's like, oh man, I see my mom getting, you see the smile on your mom's face from when your dad give her something or do it, so you like, oh, maybe that'll work. Like that's the key. Everybody has their own perspectives. Like the same way when my parents been married, I have like my aunts and uncles are the same way. They like
I don't mean to cut you off.
no, yeah.
Have you ever seen like a failed marriage?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
so
Bruh.
I was
You know
gonna
what
get
I'm
into
saying?
that. I didn't want
Mostly
to
my
get to it,
No,
generation.
I mean that's one of the things
So-
that
Oh,
that,
yeah.
that
I
that
got a situation on my side of the family is that so I got 2 brothers and a stepsister, and it's gonna knock y'all for a little bit. My stepsister is my stepsister on both sides of my family.
okay.
Okay.
So my mom is married to my stepsister, my stepsister's dad,
Oh,
and my dad is married to my stepsister's mom.
interesting.
And it's been like that since she was 5 years old. So my stepsister is like my blood sister. Like I say it's my blood sister because I've been taking care of her since she was 5 years old in both households.
Man.
Yeah.
When I go to one household, she can come to me to that one. If I go to the other one, she can come to me with that one.
Yeah.
So everybody knows who my sister is, and they've always said, "Are y'all really blood and everything?" We're not blood, but ain't nothing else gonna bring us closer.
Exactly.
Of course.
Yeah.
She goes to both households.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I've seen failed marriages. That's my dad's 3rd marriage. But all his marriages came down to them agreeing that it didn't work. I didn't see him ever treat her wrong.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't like.
Yeah, it
you
wasn't
think
no-
it was
I've
a
seen,
bad.
I've
It was
seen
a
a
mutual.
lot of ways that
It was a
he's taught me.
mutual parting.
Yeah.
basically.
I've seen a lot of ways he's taught me how to treat a woman, and that's why I do. That's why I know how to treat a woman
Yeah.
right now. You know what I'm saying? Because my dad showed me plenty of ways. I've seen my uncle show me plenty of ways, like you said.
That's
I've seen
real.
a lot of examples, but if you don't have that example, like I said, I do think it plays a big part. I think it plays a big
I got
part.
a question for y'all. In this situation, have you guys ever known that you guys were the problem, or it was your fault, and you couldn't admit it? You you refuse to admit it.
As I get older, I probably didn't realize it at that point in time.
Yeah.
But I definitely reflected on it and realized that it was me.
Yeah.
And I think that's helped me grow into the man I am now.
Yeah.
It's definitely helped me. I've had a lot of situations where I know it was me. Like after I thought of it, it's like, dang, you know what?
I was tripping.
I was tripping, bro.
Yeah.
I was really tripping when I could have just sat down and what I'm saying now that I've learned in probably I'm 35 now. In the last 5 years, I've learned a lot. And in the last 5 years, I learned that relationships work on listening.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wasn't listening back then. It was
At
like
all.
you said,
That's real.
I wanted my way or the highway.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
real.
And I was sitting there tripping when I could have just listened. And we might have all maybe had that one already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
man,
think about it.
I ain't gonna,
I
I'm not
think
gonna lie, man.
about
I reminisce all the time sometimes, because like if you're single, I think I'm not sure everybody does, but I know I have before. I'm like, damn, what could I have done to save that, or What did I do wrong? And I'll tell you guys honestly, I don't have any bad I haven't had any bad breakups with like exes and stuff. A lot of times it just deals with time with me.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I work a lot. I don't
yeah.
have enough time to like be there for you, and then and they couldn't understand that sometimes,
Yeah.
or we just grew apart, just from being distant all the time. So it never was really bad, but I mean that taught me things too,
And that's what I
I
feel
lacked communication. That was me. I lacked communication.
Hey, from
Yeah,
30,
Because
yeah,
I
that's
was
real.
I would
30
just,
down?
yeah.
30 down, I think it was none for me, really.
Yeah.
30 down, I think I was not communicating as well as I should have been doing as I was growing. Now, from 30
I wouldn't
and
say
35,
30 down for me. I would say I would definitely say like 21 to 26, 27, 28 even maybe, because this is the thing, guys.
28, okay.
Everything changed for me when I turned 25. That's when the kid came into the world and everything. So that made me change.
It made me change
how I think.
It made me change, but I was still in that mindset of still is my way.
No. I was still in that mindset still at the same time of I still want to play. And I was and I had to figure out what I was going to do, because I wanted to do better, and I wanted to do better for my kid. As a man, I wanted to be a better man and provide, be a provider and stuff. Because
you want to be
it's
that
my
example,
kid.
of course.
But at the same time, I still wanted to play. So I was in I would say I was like in a fight or argument with myself about like, damn, should I really have went out that night, or I should have kept my ass in the house, or went to pick my kid up and spend time. You know what I'm saying?
Been there.
Yeah,
that's the young mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all it is.
30 is when I really started like turning it on
That's what I'm
grinding,
saying, 30,
having
30,
goals,
yeah,
having
exactly,
goals. Wish I would have known more about credit and stuff back there too.
And let me touch back on what I was saying about
Yeah, my fault, bro. Yeah, go ahead.
About saying that, like, stuff happened, and the reason why it probably happened, like I said, we might have missed out on that one. I don't want to say we missed out on that one, because God came in our picture and pointed out stuff and made you move forward.
Yeah.
And got you better for who you got coming up next. You know what I'm saying? I think that it didn't work for a reason. God is in control of everybody.
Yeah,
exactly.
there's a plan for
So we
Universe
didn't really
tends to
miss out.
oppose,
But you know what I'm saying?
you know?
Yeah, it was some things that we could have did better. But even if I did better, I think God would have probably still presented that, hey, maybe it wasn't that time.
and sometimes He lets you spin the block and it works.
Oh yeah,
it works out for you.
Some people out here that spent the block, and I see them happy as heck.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I got a cousin that spin the block, bro.
Because of the
Happy.
growth.
Because of the growth.
Because of the growth.
You got to go through things to grow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
You got to go through things to grow. You can't sit out here and never, you know what I'm saying, go through nothing and be like, I'm the wisest person out here. What you went through?
Yeah.
How you gonna tell me something you ain't went through nothing? You tell me your life is perfect, and I want to sit here and just listen to you because your life is perfect. Nah, man, I need you to go through something so I can understand. Like, okay,
it's all learning.
It's all learning.
Everything is about growth, man. So, it takes water, sun to grow. It takes time to grow. Some people come and grow a lot faster than others. Like
That's
with
true,
me,
too.
it was
That's
more.
definitely true.
Yeah, like with me, it was more of. I knew what I was doing, and it was like, man, like for me, my first relationship, and people would talk about me when I tell you, my first real relationship, I was with this girl for 4 years. I was in it. I was in love.
Yeah.
We
4
started
years
dating.
is actually a long time.
Yeah, we started dating when I was like 17. We broke up when I was like 22, 23 years old, so like in my mind, that was it.
That was supposed to be your person.
My woman. I'm like, in my mind, I was
because you didn't went through stuff. You didn't grew up together. You didn't experience things together. You didn't.
Exactly.
You
In my
became
mind,
an adult together. That type of thing.
Yeah, I was like, that's my wife.
Became
This is gonna be the woman of my kid. The mother of my kids. All that. And then it just didn't work out to where she moved away. Some cheating happened on her side.
So what did that do to you, like mentally?
Mentally,
what did that do to you mentally?
And that's the thing. Mentally, and I'm gonna say it turned me into one of the biggest hoes in the world. Because in my mind, I was like,
free out here. It's okay to say it. Dog.
Yeah. In my mind, I was like, because again, seeing how my parents were, I was like, I thought I did everything right.
So were you? When you say you became one of the biggest hoes or whatever, did you become heartless? Were you heartless?
Somewhat.
Did you do stuff to hurt women sometimes? And I'm not talking about physically, but just like you didn't care.
Yeah, like
because women care a little bit more.
Yeah, there's times I didn't care.
You know what I'm saying?
There's other times I was like, you know, I was like, damn, that was messed up. And my last 2 relationships after that, that's why I was like, damn, that was messed up. And
Had you thinking?
yeah, like so a lot of it made me grow up.
Yeah.
You know, so with me, it was more that's another pro and con of, you know, 2-parent household, because in my mind, I was like, I did everything right. I did everything, you know, I had the example. I did everything right. So how did
It not work out.
yeah.
And-
So
and
that's what broke me.
But at the same time, not everybody is ready. Like
That
that's
too,
the
yeah.
topic.
That's what
ready
it's-
or not.
ready
And
or
that's
not.
what I
Or
didn't
even
think
this
about.
relationship, you know,
Yeah.
you might have been ready, but she might not have been.
And that's
ready.
what I'm saying.
I
You know what I'm
earlier.
saying?
Is she ready? She
Yeah.
got to be ready too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's what
She
I
gotta
didn't
be
think
ready,
about.
too.
She wasn't ready. And in my mind, I'm like, isn't this what women want? You know?
Yeah, I mean, we always think that, man, but it's hard to tell, man.
It's hard
It
to tell.
is.
I go really off of like energy and vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like going and hanging out with a chick one-on-one like anybody else, right?
Of course.
But like when you first start hanging out with them, I like to do groups. You know,
Right.
no pressure.
Exactly.
No pressure.
Yeah.
We got our boys around. She got
her
her
girls
friends
around.
around.
Yeah.
We can communicate. We can laugh because, like, all I want to do
I
is
can see you be
have
yourself.
a good time.
Yeah,
and,
see how
and
you
laugh.
act
I
with
want to
people,
laugh.
you know,
I want to
yeah.
laugh. I want to have a good time. I want to crack up. I want to tell jokes. I want to hang out, kick it, not get too drunk where we can't control ourselves or anything, but just
Yeah.
have a good time. And then we can go do something one on. We can go do a dinner. We can go do a movie. We can go see something nice, a concert or something. That's a good evening for me. I don't always have to drink. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And I think that gets messed up. Like, let's go get a drink. I don't need to go get a drink.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I think I agree with you so much on that point that I think me and my lady, how we met is reffing. We was in the settings that we had to be around other people.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
met her on the court of refereeing, you know what I'm saying? And then we met again refereeing.
It's crazy because
That's
you
real.
met you met her doing something that you loved.
We both.
And then
Exactly.
and then that was the
Together.
connection right there.
Yeah.
I
That was the
found something. There
connection,
was
bro.
already something that y'all had in common.
Man.
That you liked.
The
And
ice
that's
was
when
already
and that's
broken.
when I knew, and then we kept on dating. And I knew we kept on dating. We kept on repping together. I knew like, okay, this is something I can do for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And then our personalities together, it just meshed. You know what I'm saying? It's just to get together. Like she's my other half. Like I do drink a little bit. I do smoke a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
She don't do none of it, and I love that.
That's the balance.
That's
Isn't that the balance?
balance.
love it.
That's the balance.
key
I
I love
word.
it. She
'Cause
knows when to be like, "Hey, baby,
Chill out. And then you know to be like, you know what? You right.
I got you.
You right.
I got you."
That's that what we say earlier? That compromise.
And then later on, when that conversation comes, she be like, "Yeah, I see you slow down. You good? I
See,
got you."
you pay attention.
That's
listening
good,
to
man.
you. We listening to
Happy
each other.
for you too, bro.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
I'm
it,
real
bro.
happy for
I
you
appreciate
too, bro.
it.
That's
appreciate
real.
it. I
Happy
appreciate
for
that
you.
definitely because I'm definitely happy. I would say that out there.
Hell yeah. And like-
There's
and
another
that's the
thing that I was
aim.
want to touch.
I was like, well, they got any more questions up in there? What's up?
I mean, they do have some stuff I want.
Okay, yeah,
I
go
kind of
on.
lost
Yeah,
my
yeah,
train
yeah,
of
sure,
thought
we
on
hear
some of it, but
No, yeah, I'm like, yeah, we here.
Good conversation, fellas.
let's see. Ready or Not Marriage is the title. So let me ask you guys this. We touched bases a little bit on the whole thing of us talking about listening and hearing them out and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Has it ever been a point in time where we, and I'm kind of piggybacking off what we discussed with the ladies the other day, but has there ever been a time where she wanted to tell you her feelings in the situation and you didn't listen?
Man, I got
And
hit
you
with that.
brushed and you brushed it off.
Brushed it off.
You brushed it off and what I mean by brushed off, she's trying to tell you how I feel. I'm trying to tell you how I feel. I'm trying to tell you like what I mean by this and why it hurt me so much that you did this or whatever. And you're like, man, get over that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You brush it off, and because she's so bubbly or something, used to her like keeping you up because of how cool of a person she is. But when she's in her emotions and stuff like that, you run away from it. Have you ever done that? Have you guys ever been in that situation where you did that, and then after it's all said and done, you thought about it and you was like, you know what, I'm fucking up.
Yeah, my last relationship.
I did it wrong. I came about it the wrong way, but you still never apologized or anything. You just bottled it up.
Yep.
See,
My last relationship was like,
I'm gonna let you go ahead and touch it first,
Yeah.
bro, and I'm gonna touch it after.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna touch it after you. Go ahead.
because this is the thing. When me and her met, it was so random. It was so like just you know, it was like, you know, when Harry met Sally type shit. You know, like, because you like, hey, you know, that's how that happened. And it's like, you know, with mental health issues, we were both going through it. Me personally, I didn't know how to, you know, not only just regulate my feelings or push it out and everything else like that. I didn't know how to like express it to the point to where, you know, I could be like, hey, I understand how you feel.
Let me say. So
know.
what I think you're saying is you didn't know how to be vulnerable.
Exactly.
You don't know how to be vulnerable.
That's a tough word in relationships, bro.
It's crazy because as men we got to be hard sometimes. We got to feel like that. We got to be the tough ones all the time, and we got to
tough word, bro.
We got to be. We can't be vulnerable. We can't give them any sign of weakness. We always got to be strong. And I think I think you have to be a little you have to be vulnerable, especially if you're trying to be with somebody.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You got to let all that go. You got to let them walls go. Bring them down just a little bit. You know.
And I just want to touch on what you just said.
Go ahead.
As in just like bring them walls down. I'm gonna keep it 100. My girl told me that about 2 months ago when we, you know, had a disagreement. And she could tell that. And I'm one person. Hey, bro, I'm a Cancer. I got a big wall up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it 100. And she's told me like, nah, baby, I need you to take that wall down. Like I can see it. She could see it in a conversation that we was having. She's like, I know you don't want it up, but I can see that it's up, man. I need you to take it down. And I took it down, and bro, when you take that wall down and you trust and you be vulnerable, it makes that relationship grow so much farther.
Oh, that's real.
Real talk. And
vulnerability is a thing.
I think if I would have kept that wall up, bro, we wouldn't be where we at right now.
At all. It would still be a give and take.
Yeah.
Give and take.
Give and take. Tic-tac-toe.
And the thing about it is, with me, when I did it then, it was like she was going through her own mental health issues, but it was like I could see it, but it was like in my mind, I was just like, I can't do this because, and this is real, I can't do this because I was like, two crazy people can't be together. But it was like me going like, man, you're not thinking about her feelings. You're not thinking about how she feels or how she went through it. You're just thinking, this ain't gonna work out, break up. And after we broke up, that's when I was like, oh my God, I didn't think about it. Like, even when I went to therapy, my therapist even
and that's
was
good
like,
that you did that, bro. Because you get to learn a little bit about yourself that you didn't know.
Right?
And that's part of that's part of doing the work. You know what I'm saying? On yourself before you want to jump into something.
Exactly.
All relationships take work.
I think therapy is good for everybody.
Yeah.
And
I love my therapist.
I'm taking it from the girls from theirs, but
I'm gonna have to go watch this episode.
You should, man.
I'm definitely going to watch this episode.
They had a good point, man. Before you get married, you might ask that question, will you marry me? And she says yes. Or, you know what I'm saying, you might be in that situation. But they literally said it's really good for y'all to go have counseling, marriage counseling, before you actually
I believe it.
see the vows. You know,
I agree 100% in that.
That's
man.
real.
I agree 100% that you should have some type of therapy before you make that big decision. Because, like I said, it's crossing, it's taking a step that's bigger than what you've been doing for the last 30 years and just boyfriend, girlfriend.
Because if I do it, it ain't something that's just something to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask this question after we finish up.
Go ahead.
This. I wanted to ask a question. Do y'all think that the spouse's parents and the family has a big role on you taking that step?
What do you mean?
As like, if you get along with them or if you don't get along
with who?
With the family.
Do
you think that takes? Do you think that has a big step on if you do it?
So
do they matter that much because you love that woman,
this.
or do they not matter that much?
I'll tell you this because I have friends that go through that all the time. You know, because it could be race, it could be interracial, and
exactly. That's what I'm saying. This is a big question right here.
And they're not even they're not used to, you know, if it was a black or white or Hispanic and black or Asian and a black or white and a black, or I mean, either way, if you do the races, I mean, sometimes it's always a little rocky a little bit sometimes, you know?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely. But at the same time, I'm marrying into the family or she's marrying into the family, but the person who I'm marrying is the person who I'm going to be living with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
real.
So I feel like...
And I feel like it's up to... I feel like it's up to me and it's up to her. If either one of our side of the families get out of line, that we put our families in check.
Yeah, we got to put our families in check.
Because I never want to make that person feel left out at something. or be distant from, like, if I invite you to one of my family functions, and there's something my family is acting a fool and treating you a certain way, I'm gonna address that.
We're gonna
shit.
check that.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Like-
check that quickly.
Because you guys are gonna either accept her, or you can
gonna move
accept
around.
me,
Yeah.
or we won't be coming
cool.
around.
Yeah.
Because
Y'all
at
can
the
move
same
around.
time, I'm starting a life with this person.
Exactly.
We can start a life with her. I can start a life with her. We can have our own kids. We can have our own family.
Yeah.
So it comes down to does the family have to accept your decision?
No, not at all. I would like it. I would like that if I believe in that whole thing of you going to the father and asking for the hand in marriage.
Right,
and
right,
then
right, right.
If he says no, I'm gonna be like,
Respect
damn.
I feel sorry
That
for
sucks.
you, brother.
Bruh,
You're gonna have to deal with me with you.
Because I'm like, damn, that sucks.
That's what I'm trying to get at. Like,
dog.
if the dad tells you no, like,
Yeah.
are you still like, are you telling your woman like, hey, your dad said no?
So if
I'll
I-
be
if I-
dang.
if-
Guess what?
you go
I
and
don't
ask
give a damn
him-
what your dad says.
If you go and ask him and he says no, and then you go and ask her to marry and she says yes, I'm like, babe, before I even
I'm gonna let you know
ask
what's
you,
going
I'll
on.
let you know I
Yeah,
asked your father
like-
first, and he said no. He did not agree with
You need
this.
to go holler at him.
No, you don't even got to go do that.
No.
I'm just letting you know that I did do it the right way.
No, I'm
Yeah.
saying
Either
so-
way, I still want to spend the rest of my life. with
Right,
you,
and that's
you
what
know?
I'm trying to tell you. Like, you need to go holler at him because I'm telling you, I'm not going nowhere.
Letting you
Yeah.
know.
That's what I'm letting you,
yeah.
I'm not going nowhere. We're
Like-
gonna have to figure this.
I'm
We're gonna have to
not
figure that
going.
out.
My PlayStation already at your
over.
house.
Like, this ain't gonna change, baby. My
We-
gamer tag is still here.
We got magic controllers. I'm not going
Like-
nowhere. Tell him.
The Wi-Fi,
And
we
I feel
still
like
connected to
another
the Wi-Fi.
thing is,
We
and
here.
I know we probably ain't. We all, like you said, you got one, and I got one, you ain't got none.
Yeah.
But kids play a big role in that.
Yes.
Oh, of course.
Yes,
Kids
kids are.
play a
course.
big role in that. I can't.
So
That's one thing I always said too. Is
I'm
like,
big. I'm big on like. I know a lot of people. Y'all know that I'm a very social person in
Yeah,
general.
yeah.
But when it comes to like dating and stuff like that, like I can't let you meet my daughter at all. And please don't ask to meet her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not
No,
gonna
that's
ask,
real.
I'm not gonna ask to meet your kids
Yeah,
until you're ready for that.
ready.
You know, because I'm gonna respect your wishes. You know, because the one thing I don't like and what I respect about women is if they have kids, they're very protective of their kids.
Yeah, of
because you bring a guy in your life and the guy uses you or manipulates you and stuff and then disappears and they met your kids and shit, your kids suffer too.
Yeah.
kid is
That's a
suffering.
reflection
The kid
of
is
what they
suffering.
see.
Right.
You know.
And that's something I would want like to happen with my daughter because I'm really close with her and she's like the women that are in my life, like my best friends and stuff, like my female friends and stuff like that. They're a big help.
Right.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
such a big help to me.
Oh yeah.
You know, with advice for dealing with a daughter. Because I'm a guy, I'm deal with the girl stuff all the time. You know,
Right,
so
right.
it's important that I talk to you, we get to know each other, and then eventually you can meet her. And if I say you want to meet my daughter, that means, girl,
You in.
you in.
You in
doing
there.
something right.
Like you
Yeah.
doing
Doing
all right.
something right.
Yeah.
And I
don't
hope
just
you
say that to
continue.
anybody.
Yeah.
Right. No,
Yeah.
definitely. I think it's on both ways on the other
Yeah.
side too.
Yeah.
Like we gotta know that we gotta be that father figure, even if it's one round or not.
Of course.
Round.
Yeah.
If you're gonna meet that daughter or son of hers, you gotta be on your P's and Q's.
Yeah.
Man.
That's one
Yeah.
thing I
'Cause
realized.
That's one thing. Yeah, go ahead.
No,
Go
my
ahead.
fault, bro. That's one thing I realized being, being kidless. So it's like,
Yeah, you don't have no kids.
yeah,
so-
that's one thing that people always ask. They'll be like, would you date a woman with kids? And,
Oh, yeah, I
and
would.
I'm like, personally, yeah.
honestly, I prefer it.
No, that's real.
You know, if I can find me a girl with a kid, that's fine too. That's
Yeah.
great. But I don't knock a girl for having kids because guess
no.
what? If she's got kids, and that's not every woman that's responsible, but like the women that I talked to that had kids, they were on their P's and Q's.
Oh, yeah.
They had
Oh,
the
yeah.
job, they worked hard. I respected that, and I can always respect that because I'm like, dang, she doing whatever she can do for
Yeah,
her kid,
like-
so
Hey,
You see
why
it,
can
and you
I,
like,
I can't be mad at that.
Can't be mad at
I
it
can't
at
be
all,
mad
bro.
at somebody else, didn't take advantage of a good opportunity and stuff. Because I don't think of kids as a problem. I think it's
At
like
all.
a bonus.
That's
Yeah.
the
You know?
bonus part of the whole thing.
It's a bonus, man.
Like I ain't
And
gonna
that's the
lie,
thing.
my lady has a 8-year-old kid, and he now plays football for me.
Yeah.
We got the best relationship that I can ever ask for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With
That's
a
cool,
kid,
man.
a
That's
little
real.
kid
I
that's
love
not
that.
mine. The little kid loves me. I love him to death. And I mean, when I say we're together almost 24/7, we're together 24/7 because the kid understands that I'm here just to see him grow and be better as a little individual. young
yeah.
man. And
Like
he
you being
sees
a
that.
mentor.
You know what I'm saying?
You
He
being
sees
real.
that between.
I feel like as men and we talk to these women with kids and stuff like that it's important if they didn't have a father in their life, or even if their father is in life.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Even
like
if they
still,
is,
yeah.
I'm trying to be cool with the pops too.
exactly,
Of course,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to take your place.
at all, man.
Like,
Don't
yeah,
step
like,
on
yeah,
nobody's
that's
toes.
one thing. Like,
Honestly,
bro,
I'm with his mom. It's a bonus that he's around.
yeah.
And when you're not around, I'm gonna look after him. If you're not
If you-
around,
I
Yeah.
got
You know
your
what I'm
back,
saying?
bro.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's all
like,
it
this
is.
a
I got
team,
your
bro.
back.
Like, I ain't trying
and
to
the
replace
coolest
you.
thing is, man, when two men can exchange numbers and talk and be cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'll tell y'all something, man. Like before, like my daughter's mom, my daughter's brother, his dad, and me, we didn't know. I don't think I liked him at first when I was, because I was talking to her at the time or whatever, and then later on the line, me and him just got real cool. Exchanged numbers, you know.
Yeah.
Talk. We still talk to this day. We're like super cool and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And I think that was just us filling each other out, you know, and us growing and getting older too at
That's
the
real.
same
Definitely,
time.
man.
Yeah.
Because now he's like one of the coolest dudes I know. You know what I'm
Already.
saying?
Oh,
That's
yeah,
cool right
bruh.
there.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that's all I would ever want in a relationship. Like if I talk to a lady who's got a kid, whose dad is still in her life, I'm not trying to replace you, bro.
Bro, I'm
Yeah,
just
that's
hey,
real, like-
hey, come over and let's get on the grill and watch this game. together.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
you
saying?
feel me?
Like,
Like-
hey, bro.
Yeah.
we can talk about how
You
we
like
gonna get it,
Coronas,
you know
my
what
bro?
I'm saying?
Like,
I'm gonna
you
tell you
know,
the truth. She gonna hate this, but I'm gonna invite you over.
Hey, she gonna hate it, but she gonna hate it.
But
But you know
we
what?
here.
Come on over, dog.
Come
You know
on
what I'm
over,
saying?
bro.
Hey, you ain't gotta stay too long.
Yeah, like
Nah,
we
man, that's
welcoming, you know, like we want to be welcoming. We want to be, you know, that example. You know, it's like, hey, man, going back to the word compromise. It's like I'm compromising to where, like, I want to meet your father. I want to meet your mother. You know, like what the family structure is. You know, so that's how it is, and how I look at it. Dating women with kids, it's like it took me a while. Like it took me. I ain't gonna lie to like I was like 29, 30 to be like, you know what? Okay, I would date a woman with kids, you know, because it's like,
But
well,
would you marry a woman with kids?
that's the thing.
It's all about the
I would.
relationship.
Because this is the episode of
I
Ready or
would.
Not.
Ready
I
or not.
would, and that's the thing. I would marry a woman with kids because it's like, if I built that relationship with you, especially because it's like, man, not only do I love you, but I love your son, daughter. Well, you know,
Gotta have
because
that.
we're the reflection. I see the reflection of you.
Jeremy, question.
Yeah.
Are you scared to get married?
Personally, I'm not scared to get married. It's more
So
That means you're ready.
read into it.
Yeah.
Does marriage? I'll say it this way: does marriage scare you in a way of some sort? Because it does me.
the only thing that scares me in marriage is my like. The only thing that scares me in marriage, and I'm gonna keep it real with you, is my pockets. That's the only thing.
So this is my thing. Like if you're going into it, put money aside, because I never want to be in a relationship when it comes down to money.
no, I really.
That's not
Not
for
at
me.
all.
That's
No,
not for
no,
me.
that's real.
You know what I'm
I feel
saying?
it.
I don't want to. If I have to think about like money and pocket shit, she not for me.
No,
It's
that's
a
real.
waste. It's a waste of my time. But when I say I'm talking about marriage, like are you scared, or does it worry you or frighten you at all? It does me, because it's something I've never done.
No, I
something
feel that.
It's something I've never been a part of. It's something I've never even
No, I feel that.
had it. You know what I'm saying? I've never been married to somebody. So even to ask a girl to marry you, that's something that you're doing to get a reaction from her. She says yes or no. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And what if she says no?
I mean, personally,
You know what I'm saying? Like what if she
you
says no, and she still wants to be with you, but she's just like, I'm not ready.
I mean,
Do you respect it, or do you get upset? You know?
personally, and this is how I feel about that too. One, I don't have any fear of marriage, because it's like me. Even when I was a kid, it was like, man, I'm always, since it is a new thing, I'm like, man,
That's what
I want to try something new. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, so to me, it's more
But that goes back to what we were saying. Like, I'm not trying to treat marriage as something just to
yeah,
do.
just to
You
do.
know what I mean?
But it's like,
I'm not trying to do that.
Yeah,
it's
like-
not just something I'm gonna just try and do and just see if
Oh,
I
yeah.
like it or not. Fuck that.
no,
you know what I'm saying? It's deeper than that.
But the thing about it is, going back to it, just like, I mean, everything is scary at first. You know, first riding a bike, you scared to ride that damn
But
thing.
this is-
first try
this-
to drive, you
so-
try to
That's
scare
what being-
it.
So this is deeper than just riding a bike, because
No, yeah, I feel you.
I mean, it's something that's spiritual, something
Oh,
that's
yeah.
emotional.
This
something
is a
that's
commitment.
physical.
I would say
you know?
this. it's got to be scary because it's something new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Everything new is scary.
You've never done this.
You never experienced it ever.
You've never experienced anything like this before.
Yeah.
At the same
and
time,
thing
I'm
is that you
scared but
should know-
excited. Scared and excited.
And that's
at the
how I
same
feel
time.
about it. I'm
and you
scared,
should
but
know
I'm excited.
You might mess up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the thing that y'all made this step to be like, hey, I messed up. I didn't mess up like that, but I messed up because, you know, I thought I was scared, and the reason why you being scared, you got to get that scaredness out because
Exactly.
because if you keep being scared in the whole marriage, you're going to keep messing up.
Yeah.
Right.
You
Like
know
I
what
ain't
I'm
gonna
saying?
hesitate like double dutch.
After you make that commitment of saying, okay, hey, I'm scared because it's something new. All right, let me get into this. Let me get used to this. Stop being scared. Control it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Put your whole vulnerability.
Yeah.
That's
Put yourself
yeah,
out there to
exactly.
be able to make this work. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
You're right about that.
Because the thing is, anything new is always going to be scary.
Of course.
Always.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how I feel. Like it's scary but exciting because it's like it's a step forward with someone that I love. You know, because it's like, man.
And that's what I was gonna say too about that. Someone that you love, right?
Yeah.
If I feel like by the time I'm asking you to marry me, right, I should probably have 150% that you gonna say yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I like it.
If you in a point to where if you know your woman, you done been together for a cool minute, y'all been rocking hard.
Yeah.
Hey man, you should have at least 75,
something,
more
you
than
know.
75,
But-
85% knowing that
But
she's
check it out.
ready.
Check this out. Check this out. And this is just,
And I-
just talking. This is just
Yeah,
talking.
yeah.
But what if it's just a spur of the moment? What if it's just too good to be true? Y'all took a trip together. It's a beautiful place, and it's just set in stone. And you was already thinking about it, so you brought the ring anyways. And
So this is my question to that is, how long do you think is till it's time for you to propose and be ready?
That's a damn good point.
so for that's a big one,
That's
bro.
a damn good
That's a
point.
good question.
'Cause, like,
but-
are you in it for
How
6
long
months?
do you think?
I
Because
don't
that trip
think-
right there could have been at
Yeah.
2 months.
I don't
could
think
have
you
been
know.
at 3 months.
I don't think. I don't think you really know. I think it's more of like a feeling.
So
because
that trip shouldn't have nothing to do with it. Then
You right.
Okay, you see what I'm
He
saying?
got
That's
my
what I was
ass.
getting at.
He got
That's
my
what I was
ass,
getting at. That's what I was getting at.
He
bro.
got my ass.
Like I had a cousin, and that's the crazy part.
got my ass.
I had a cousin that was with his wife, his current wife. He's been with her for about 12 years now.
Yeah.
They dated for I think about 3-4 months, and then he popped the question. They got married at the courthouse. $50.
Mm-hmm.
My parents were there as witnesses. Been together for over 10 years. So it was like with them, they were like, "Hey, I know especially my cousin. He was like, man, I know how I feel. I know I love this woman. We here. She's like, I was fully prepared to be like, I want to give my life to you."
Yeah.
So it's like it doesn't like take time. Like with my brother, he was with my sister-in-law for about a year and a half before they even, start getting married. But they've been married over 10 years. It happens, everybody's different. So, I mean, you could be with somebody for 2 weeks and, hey, you want to go elope?
So
You
so
know?
I get what you're saying on that, but this is another one. So do y'all feel like you need to live with him before you pop that question? Because that's the thing. If
Definitely.
you don't live with him, you don't know how
Definitely.
Yes.
I'm gonna say it one more time.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But
There's no way that you can sit here and say I want to spend the
Rest
rest of my life with
you,
somebody
and
that
you
you
never
never
lived
lived with.
never lived with.
It's
Like,
a
come
whole
on,
different.
bro.
It's
Yeah.
a whole different situation.
Whole
that you have to
different
deal with.
situation.
You have to deal with some of
People
their
could
habits,
be showing
some
you
of
a
their
whole
bad-
different person on the outside when they get home
Feel-
they could be a whole different
different person
person
when the door is locked.
and you're not comfortable with that person that they are at home.
Yeah.
Fucks
And the thing
everything
is,
up.
Everything.
the home is where it's at. If
Yep.
I can't
That's
be
your
comfortable
You
with you,
can't
at-
make a home.
if you can't make a home, if you can't, the home is
You
where it's
can't
at. If you
make a
can't
home.
make a home, you can't be comfortable at home. I can't be with you for the
Yeah.
rest of my
Yeah,
life.
because I'm like, this is my sanctuary. This is my
Right.
center.
This is where I come to be able to get my peace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And if I can't get my peace because I'm looking at you and I'm like, man, what you doing?
yeah.
Or why you ain't did that? Or you know what I'm saying? Like if we can't come to the point, and the thing is, I ain't gonna sit here and say I'm an OCD guy,
Yeah.
but hey man, I like to live and clean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're a person that I don't see you at least
Can't-
washing laundry,
To that
doing
point-
doing something to be like, hey, we gonna keep this at home.
Yeah.
Not no house. We gonna keep this at home.
Home.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
And that's the thing. To that
I'ma keep it
point,
honest.
everybody different too. Because like with me, you know how it's like women gotta cook, to clean, all that other stuff. I'm like, hey, bro, I don't eat everybody's food.
Hey, so hey, to you,
I
bro.
like
Hey,
my
to real, bro.
laundry
You better get in there. Hey, to you, bro,
kinda
with that line, you better get in there and show how do you like to be
And
made.
that's the
though, you know
thing,
what I'm saying?
though.
Because
Yeah.
some things like
Yeah.
women do. I've been in relationships like she could cook, but she couldn't cook because I'm like I eat different.
Yeah,
you know
like,
what I'm saying?
I don't want
And,
everybody-
and the thing is,
Oh, you know,
but the
like-
thing is, I can't get frustrated or stressed out with her because she don't know how I eat. So
Yeah.
I got to go in there and do my part and be like, hey, you know what, baby? Next time, can we do it like this a little
Yeah.
bit? You know what I'm saying? I understand. I ain't trying to change your meal, but for me to be able to be comfortable.
And
Yeah.
what's that called? Communication.
Because a
Communication.
lot of times,
And the other one too, the other C word,
I-
compromise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Hey man, it's a great
compromise.
Can you? I got another one for
What's
y'all.
up?
What's
I got
up?
Another one.
Yeah.
Keep it
So,
rolling.
can you guys take criticism good? Do you guys think you can take criticism?
I've got better at it.
I've got way better.
I'm gonna sit here and say I got better at it. Like I used to be that person that you can't tell me nothing because I feel like I know. Like we said, it's my way or highway. I feel like I know everything. But the older I got, and the more people I watched, the more people I met and saw relationships, and was like, dang, bro, that man over there listening to his like, hey, bro, she just got in his ass, and he was just like, you know what, baby, my bad. You know what?
Yeah. So,
And I had to
so
take
do you?
myself.
So that goes to the next one. That's part of that. Do you think apologizing makes you look weak?
No,
Hell no.
hell no,
Does it? You don't
No.
think so?
no,
No, sir. I feel
Personally,
like
never,
that-
and I
I
never
agree
felt
with you
like
guys.
I feel like that apology
never felt
Definitely agree.
reassures her that
Yes.
we care about what you said earlier, her feelings.
Exactly.
and that's what people need sometimes is reassurance.
Yeah.
Like one of the main things
but-
I've heard
but-
women say.
But
is
I feel like that's
reassurance.
both. I think we always say that women need the reassurance,
Yeah.
but us men,
men
get
do
left
too.
out. We get left out in that. You know what I'm saying? Like
We do too.
I need reassurance. And
100%.
This is another thing that we touched on in that episode.
100%.
Episode 1 with they want. So I'm gonna do it this way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it this way. So, do you guys have a problem with showing affection? And what I mean by showing affection, I'm talking about not just physical. I'm talking about calling, checking up on it, send a text, send something funny, go make something, a picture or something that just shows that you care. Do y'all have a problem doing that?
I ain't gonna lie to you. No,
Hey, bro.
I'm the goofiest nigga in the world, so no.
I'm a Cancer, bro. I'm infection and I'm emotional and all
Yeah,
that.
like-
I love to show
Yes,
my
man.
woman that I'm
Exactly.
thinking about you.
Exactly.
Hey,
but
I
but
love
I'm the
it.
high fidelity type
So-
that will come
so-
out with the Bluetooth speaker
So
and like
that's cool. 'Cause I agree with you guys on that 100% because I'm the same way in that, So, but the thing is that we like that too.
yeah,
100%.
I
Hey,
feel
yeah.
I feel like we get left
Show
out
out.
sometimes in that, And there's a lot of great women out there in the world. I know a few of them that are good friends of mine that treat their men like kings and stuff.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I think that we don't get it enough. And I don't think we speak up about it enough either because like I said, we always feel like we got to be strong, we got to be hard, we got to act like we don't need help, and sometimes, but I'm telling you that reassurance of you just calling, asking me how my day is.
another
You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
another reason of
Not-
social
not
media
to
being
even-
bad.
or
Not
something.
to even cut y'all off, but
Yeah.
I literally, before I came here, I told my woman, I said, hey, listen, we just had a conversation 2 days ago about exactly what we're talking about. And I told her, I said, I'm probably going to bring it up on here.
That's
I told her
real.
straight up. I
Like,
said,
you know what?
I'm probably going to bring it
Bring
up on
that
here.
conversation.
And the thing is, like, I had to let her know, like, hey, I need that too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I need it too. Like, my woman is a massage therapist. I need you to tell me to come to the shop and I'm about to rub you down.
Yeah.
I don't want to ask for a massage.
So let me
You know what
ask
I'm
you.
saying? I don't text me. You know what I'm saying? Just send me funny stuff because I'm doing it too. Like I like that. It lets me know that you thinking about.
I'm
me.
trying to bring out y'all vulnerability out a little bit on here. So let me ask y'all this: Do y'all like hugs?
Man,
I love them.
My
I wish my
love
arms were
language is
long
physical
enough to hug
touch.
Yeah.
I told my woman, please.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I need
physical
you
touch
next
is
to
my
me.
shit.
Because that's reassurance. That just lets me know that you
lets me know. So I
you
tell
like
her all
me.
the time.
I'm a
you
cuddler.
love me.
I don't care.
You want to be next to me.
Exactly. You
Cuddle
appreciate-
me,
you know what
damn
I'm
I know
saying?
that for the rest of your life, you want to do this. If
Yeah.
you keep doing it. You
Hug
know what I'm
me,
saying?
damn
Touch
it.
me.
Definitely.
Touch me. Don't be walking way back there beside me. Come,
Yeah,
come up
touch
here and grab
me.
my hand and walk with me. I don't care who watching us. I don't care if
Yeah.
two of your ex-boyfriends is in front of us.
We
you better kiss me while we walking right next to him. That's how I want you up on me.
Yeah.
I grew up in the
The thing
90s.
is, I'm going to be all up on you.
Yeah,
That's how I am.
like I grew up in the
I don't care- I
90s.
don't care
damn
who's
it.
watching.
Good.
I'm 90s R&B type.
I like to hear that. I like to
Like,
hear
Real
that.
talk. Hey man, I
Like,
take,
I'm
I take
Drew
R&B
Hill
over
over
rap
here.
all day.
Exactly. Like I'm Drew Hill.
Pull up to
Luther
the gas
Vandross.
station.
Yeah, we here.
You know, they're like,
I take R&B all day over rap, man.
I
real
am
talk.
like for real. Like I am that type of like affectionate. I'm the type that'll play the music and we'll like in the middle of the parking lot or whatever. We dancing. People driving by like we waving at them. Like that's how I am. That's always how I've been. Like that. I want to be affectionate with my woman. I want to show that, and I hope she show
So-
it back. You know.
So again, I ask you guys, ready or not, marriage.
I mean, here I come.
I like that one.
So we
You
we all
can't
can agree
hide-
that we all feel like we're ready to make that leap, ready to make that compromise,
Of course.
I
ready
could definitely
to
say I'm definitely.
I could
positive.
definitely say
listen.
Yeah.
You know,
It takes
Like,
a lot.
of course.
It takes a
It
lot.
takes
It's
a lot,
It's a
but
lot
yeah.
more than what you was about to say. Like down that, it's a list.
I'm trying to think what they said. Like I asked a particular person. It's going to be in one of the clips for their episode. But I asked them yesterday, what's three things that you want in a man? 3 things that you're wanting. And I think, what did she tell me? She told me.
Hey, and this is what I was gonna ask you.
She told me a provider.
That's always gonna be.
That's
first.
always I'm like that's always
A
gonna be one.
provider. What did she say? Provider. Someone she can feel safe with.
That's always the second.
I can't remember the third.
And that's
one.
important, really.
What
Safety
was
is
the
important.
third one? I know it's provider, someone you can feel safe with, and there was another one I cannot remember. I can't remember, but also the other girl agreed completely. She said that those are my 3, and I feel like those were
I think
probably
that's
most.
all women's 3 right there. I mean, whatever that third one is something that when you remember, it's something that we.
I have
all
the
say.
clip.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
literally have the clip. Go ahead.
But I would say that like you got to have those. You got to
Of
have
course.
those, at least 3 that you know that you need to be able to say I'm ready. You know,
Of course.
on the men's side and the woman's side.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Again, going back to compromise. It's all about compromise and perspective because of course it's human nature to want to be safe. It's human nature to want to be affectionate. So for us to and another thing, like I said, going back to social media being like a gift and a curse, like those social structures can play a lot of parts to that because a lot of people see that like how you showing me on social, how you like, are you actually taking pictures with me, are you actually tagging me in these things, like those things actually matter to some people.
It does.
And
It definitely does matter, especially in the social media world right now.
It's wild, but it's weird because I'm scrolling through Facebook looking at just like what the subjects we talking now, how vulnerability and everything else like that. Women will call that quote unquote sassy.
Definitely.
Which I'm like, when did wait,
But that's
what,
the woman I don't want to be with.
yeah, like, and it's crazy because
I'm just gonna keep it 100.
and no, it's crazy because there's women I've seen on social media say these things, and then I know them in real life, and I'm like, is this just clout?
But that's also a thing that I think that's live because of social media. You have all these false people that people follow and try to live their lives
Yeah.
after.
You
and
got
stuff
too many
like that.
people watching other people's lives.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Instead of
Just
enjoying your
living.
own life and
And
living
then
your
on
own
top
life.
of that, what you're saying is that you're trying to make your life their life.
Exactly.
And it's not going to work.
It's insane.
It's not going to work. You can't keep coming to our relationship thinking that what you saw on social media is supposed to be done in our relationship.
Insanity.
Bro,
it
I
has
done been in
nothing
too
to
many
do with us.
relationships like that. It was like, well, I saw it on this and baby, that's not us.
That's not us.
This
That's
ain't
not
20
that's
versus
not the
1.
real world.
That's not the real world. They sat there and was like, "Hey, this is what we're gonna do to get these likes and everything
Exactly.
like that." That wasn't something that just happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Most of the stuff that you see on this social media stuff is stuff that they done sat there and been like, "Hey, you know what? We're gonna plan it for it to look like this, and then everybody's gonna like it."
Please stop
it
taking
wasn't
the
in the
blue pill.
moment. And the stuff, and the thing is, I will say the stuff in the moment. I appreciate y'all. Keep it going. That's
Yeah.
real stuff. But it's a lot of stuff out here that's just real fake.
All
Yeah,
facade.
I agree with you.
It's
on
a
that.
lot of shit
I
out here.
definitely
It's
agree
real
with you on
fake,
that.
man. It's real fake. But the people that's out here doing the real stuff and keeping it in the moment,
Yeah.
and that's what I want to say, keeping it in the moment,
moment.
I applaud y'all, man.
Real.
I applaud y'all, bro. Real talk. Because the world is getting more faker and faker every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Because
this
a lot of
AI
people-
stuff. You know what I'm saying? Off topic. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
But this
So
AI stuff.
That's
No, that's
honestly
real.
one
That's
of
crazy.
our next episodes is over.
I hope you had me in here because I got
I hope
a
so
lot to
too,
say
because I
about
got a lot
that.
to say about that shit.
No, but what I was gonna say about that
Man.
too is, hey, bro, if you do have an episode, man, bring a girl in here, one in here. So I want to hear their side too.
Yeah.
If it's
So
gonna be a
that
third
is
part.
the goal.
co-ed.
That is the goal. It's the part 1 was the women, part 2 is us. Part 3, I'll have probably one other person because I'll be the other guy.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
And to be
The
the
co-ed,
other girls.
yeah.
But I honestly want to get. You know what? I would do them. I'll do those same 2 girls to come back and invite one of you guys if you guys are
Yeah.
available. But yeah, good topics, guys. Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciated y'all coming out and being a little vulnerable and opening up
Oh,
because
of
it's
course.
something that's not talked about enough
At all.
coming
Oh,
from
yeah,
men and
not at
stuff
all.
like
At
that.
all,
And
especially
At
for
all.
men.
we
especially for men.
we got to be more vulnerable out here, man, and express our feelings because if we don't, then we just bottle that shit up. You
Oh,
know.
yeah.
And I feel like it helps the women know who we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
but
know
that's
what I'm saying?
that's learning each other though,
Learning
bro.
each other, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Something,
You
and I
know?
feel like, and to all the men out there, man, I feel like, hey, if you got opportunities to do this, make our voices speak out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speak out. Let it
Please
be
speak
known.
out.
Definitely.
Because if we don't speak up, man, how are we ever gonna be heard?
Yep.
Exactly.
How are we
Closed
ever gonna be
mouths
heard? How,
don't
like
get
that.
fed,
how are they
man.
ever going to understand us? And
I
the same
like
thing for
that.
women, y'all. Speak up. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Even if we're not trying to hear you, tell us to chill out and let us listen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's 2 people in this whole relationship.
Yeah.
And it's 2 people to be able to be ready or not in marriage. You know what I'm saying? It's not just one.
Real shit. Because it's like, man, closed mouths don't get fed, man, and I'm hungry. So we here. I'm going to tell you, because we here, you know, so because
Man,
it's
so
like,
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
I like it. I like it.
What did Tyrese say? Oh, well, we hungry, nigga.
Hey, but I appreciate you, Jay. Real talk. This was some great talks, man.
Yeah,
This is great.
appreciate
This
you
is-
too, bro.
Hey, what you
Like,
got going on right here, man?
Yeah.
Hey, man, you're going to change something.
Yeah,
I
just real.
appreciate it,
Going on.
man. I appreciate
Get
it.
it going in the city.
I
Thank you,
love
man.
this.
Thank you.
I love
I
it.
just
Y'all
wanted to
come
have
check them out, man. Come check them out.
Hell yeah.
it's the Edgyverse podcast.
Edgyverse.
I appreciate
Like,
y'all
shout out
coming
to
in,
Touche.
man. I really do. Jeremy came from, where'd you come from? Bowley?
Boley, Oklahoma,
This
bro.
man
you
drove all the way down here from
Oh,
Bowley,
you
man.
got your little drive on
First
you.
black,
Yeah. Hey, man.
Black Town, baby.
Surprised you ain't got your cowboy
store.
hat on and stuff
That's
like
what I'm
that.
saying.
You got
We know
your-
Bowley because the Bowley
Hey,
rodeo.
you
First-
got a
I'm
mess
like-
with him.
One of the first black towns in America.
I do appreciate you making the drive to come on, man.
Oh, definitely. Me too, bro.
You guys are invited back anytime you
Oh, of
want
course,
to.
of course.
You guys like the podcast room?
Oh yeah, this
Super dope, man.
Dope.
Like I said, if you ain't
Dope.
seen it, come in here and check it out, man. If you get invited,
Dope.
man, this right here is.
This
I
the
think this is
one.
gonna be the setup for the O City right here.
Oh yeah.
This is the start, and it's gonna be a long way going.
Oh yeah,
bro.
this gonna come through. This gonna be with.
We got a little bit more improvements to do to it, but I mean, I
Trust
like
me.
it. I like
This
it.
gonna be
Things-
like poor
Things can only get
minds,
better when you start
all
something.
that.
Things
Yeah.
can only get better. That's all I always tell myself. Things can only get better when you start something.
Exactly.
So appreciate you guys once again coming on. This guys, tune in Wednesday. This will be coming out for this episode. This is, what is it? Ready or
Radio.
Not? Marriage,
Marriage,
part
baby.
2.
Part 2.
Part
This is the
2.
Edgyverse podcast, guys, and we out.
Give me a comment, I'm about to blow up. I'm smoking this gas, man, this shit got me stuck and I pop me a beat and I'm about to boot up. Can't trust a hoe, man, you bitch, you be tweaking. I gotta stop, man, these hoes got me geeking. Call her Victoria, she got some secrets. Don't want your heart, little bitch, you can keep it. It's dirty day. From the 918. Yeah. Let's go. Give me a comment, I'm about to blow up. I'm smoking this gas, man, this shit got me stuck and I pop me a beat and I'm about to boot up. Can't trust a hoe, man, you bitch, you be tweaking. I gotta stop, man, these hoes got me geeking. Call her Victoria, she got some secrets. Don't want your heart, little bitch, you can keep it. I kill the comments and stay out the drama. I cannot stop, cause there's money to make. Swear I'm the realest, these people so fake. How do they do it? I cannot relate. I'm pouring up, I got smoke on the way. All for the men, say this shit to the face. Run up on me and I'm spraying the cane. I got no heart, I got nothing to say. Don't worry about me, I'm just having a day. Count me some money, my pain go away. Got me a chain and I'm shining today. I'm done with these hoes, but got one on the way. I've been through too much shit, I hurt on my face. Ask how I'm doing, I tell you I'm great. I changed a lot, so I gotta give thanks. Used to cook ramen, now want me to stay. I could've died right on that mistake. God was on time, no, he never was late. I'm still alive, so I guess it's my fate. Moved out the country, I moved out the state. I still got problems, I'm fighting my demons. speaking. I'm turning up, going hard as my season. Spending money, I don't need a reason. Yeah. Give me a cup, 'cause I'm about to pull up, no smoke.